Right, welcome back. And now this is the third segment of On the Sports Show. And of course, this is where we still take you through motorsports review. And remember, this weekend we have very amazing fixtures, a lot of fixtures lined up for you in the Kenya Premier League, or if you prefer, the Football Kenya Federation Premier League. And of course, even in the English Premier League, we still have a couple of fixtures lined up for you. But in the Kenya Premier League, the race for top four is really gaining momentum with the teams now. I think this is where we say boys will be separated from men. There is teams that really began with a lot of momentum. We saw the likes of Mara Sugar, a team that many people thought, okay, very impressive. Well, but as things stands, table sasa inaanza kutake shape. Wale wenye walikuwa juu slowly wanakuwa wanachujwa polepole, mambo ikikuja mdogo mdogo. So before we talk about now the race for the Kenya Premier League title, let's take a look at some of the fixtures. And of course, we have big one between now, that is the big match at least of the day. We have Gor Mahia that will be up against Bandari FC. And this is a fixture that you can't say it's a sure bet for either team, because in previous fixtures, a clash between Gor Mahia and Bandari FC, it depends with where you actually the game is being played and who is at home. But pretty quick, let's take a look at some of those fixtures first. Then the first match, that is an early kickoff, was between Kariobangi Sharks and Mathare United. Then Ulinzi vs KCB, that match is currently underway, 27 minutes past kickoff. Then the clash between, that is I believe the Kenya Police will be up against Moranga Seals. We have the Kenya Police against Moranga Seals. Then we have Kakamega Homeboys against Talanta FC. Then we have Gor Mahia vs Bandari FC. Then still in this weekend we have that is Mara Sugar against Bidco United. That match will be played on Sunday, that is tomorrow. Then FC Leopards against Shabana. So let's pause on that one. FC Leopards versus FC Shabana, rather Shabana FC. Well, Shabana wa hii season si wale wa last season, because at least sahii wameanza sasa kugain momentum. Ni team yenye kidogo inaanza kuamka. Sahii wako number 7 in the log. A team that are really fought their way into Kenya Premier League. Last season walikuwa na a lot of disappointment. Remember, this is a team yenye ilikuwa na excitement. Ilikuwa like from the time they won the National Super League and got that promotion now to play in the Kenya Premier League. Well, a lot of people had some sort of expectation with this team. Then wakakuja huku, to the surprise of many, waka struggle at a time when the teams like Moranga Seals walikuwa na try so hard at least to keep up with the pace and momentum. But for Shabana, yao ilikuwa ni very different story. At this time naona kidogo a team is waking up, and actually it's one of the team wenye iko na very huge fan base in the country.
I think through Shabana, we are believing that fan base can bring a positive impact in terms of results. Shabana, when they get promoted to the top league in the last season, it didn't end quite well for both of them and Moranga Seals. They finished in a not good position. But in this season, we've seen since the Gusii Stadium was renovated for them, they've used that chance to convince their fans, hey, come and watch our matches at our home grounds. And when you look at the previous or the latest records of Shabana, in the last game I saw they really beat it. That is a huge victory against Kakamega Homeboys. Though previously we couldn't expect that to somehow like Western Derby, in the Nyanza and Western region. But I can say Shabana, FC Leopards, not to underestimate Shabana. Shabana now has a good squad. They have a good fan base, especially when Shabana they're playing a home match. You never know who can win, or you can say that Shabana has a great maybe potential of winning the game. Yeah.
Winning the game against their opponent.
FC Leopards, they have not been quite straightforward or consistent with their performance. Yeah, I can say that. But Shabana is improving. It's quite improving, and I'm not seeing Shabana having as relegation stress, or Shabana is really, really improving. So if FC Leopards, not to underestimate them. Yeah.
Okay. Now, in the Kenya Premier League match actions, remember the early kickoff between Kariobangi Sharks and Mathare United. Well, that match ended in favor of Kariobangi Sharks 3-1.
Yeah.
Then currently it's 29 minutes past kickoff. Then we have the likes of Kakamega, the clash between Kakamega Homeboys and Talanta FC. It's the scores 0-0. Then Police FC leads 1-0 against Moranga Seals. Ulinzi Stars vs KCB. Currently the scores is at 1-1. Ulinzi 1, KCB 1. Now the remaining match that will be played, that is scheduled to be played later on today, is a clash between Gor Mahia and of course Bandari FC. That the kickoff will be at exactly 4 p.m. East Africa time. Now, the top 4 race, which is gaining momentum.
Yeah.
We had Police leading. Then right now we have now it's Tusker who are now taking charge of the Football Kenya Federation Premier League table. And they are not safe because now Kenya Police leads, so that means that automatically Kenya Police, if they win, they'll be reclaiming the top spot. Then we have the likes of Gor Mahia, who are at third, and of course they still have a game at hand, and they are not distance apart. So the momentum that the Kenya Premier League is taking shape now, as even the league now stretched to its final to its final conclusion. What does it now? Does it send a clear signal about who will really now win this particular season, the title, the Kenya Premier League 2024 season, 2024-2025 season, or do you think maybe sasa the real title contenders are now edging closer to the final prize?
I think it's now like the true time of the league. The difference between the number 1 and Gor Mahia, which is currently third, I think it's only 4 points, and Gor is having a game in hand. Yeah, I can't forget that. I think Gor, when you look at the table and when you look at the previous record of Gor Mahia, and we also look at the record of the new coach, I think the new coach is still unbeaten, despite of starting with 2 consecutive draws, but is currently unbeaten in the team. And the technicality of Gor Mahia and their current position with their game in hand, Gor Mahia have a chance of reclaiming back their champion or defending back their title. They have a great chance for that. You see, that top 3, for me, I think that top 3 will finish in that top 4. I think the issue will be that who will be number 1 and who will be number 2. But Gor Mahia has a greater chance of finishing number 1. Now between Tusker and Kenya Police, the only issue with Tusker, they are not consistent. Even when you look the last season and the previous season, even in the Mozart Cup, they can reach semi-final, then lose either quarter or semi-final, or even final, then lose to a team. In the league, sometimes they are performing well, sometimes they're not performing well. So I can't say Kenya Police is strong, but sometimes they kind of waste some chances. Yeah. So I think Gor Mahia have a great chance of finishing the number 1. Yeah.
And talking about the influence of the change of tactics, we have the likes of when you look at the Police FC, They have a new coach, Etienne. When you come to the likes of KCB, they acquired the services of Patrick Odhiambo. When you come to Gor, they have a new coach. And now, the new tacticians that we are having, do you think maybe probably, for me, I think these are the real game changers as far as the title race is concerned. There is a time that Gor were really edging to the, um, to the dropping zone.
Yeah.
They began very well, picking points, scoring goals, and even allowing just a margin of goals. They had a very compact defense. They were very disciplined in the attacking front, but slip in form really cost them, and now they are chasing down the pack. But now with the new coach on board, I can see like the team is really trying to close the gap and giving that the edge and the competitive aspect that this league really deserve. So they have a game in hand, and if they can match all the way and win all of their fixtures, let's say they win this one and they win their game in hand, they could be topping the table anytime soon. So now that the race is now taking shape, so for me I think now it's a familiar story, the old familiar story, where the winner of the league is apparently known, then the rest will be chasing the pack.
I think in the league, I think we can be having maybe what happened, a repeat of what happened last season. As I've just said, Gor Mahia. But for me, I think I'm seeing Kenya Police finishing at number 2.
Kenya Police at number 2.
Yeah, they also have a new coach, as you've said. They'll be finished number 2. Gor Mahia have great chances of defending their goal, even though we are forgetting that this game in hand is a Mishemeji derby against AFC Leopard. We don't know the turnout, but currently the AFC Leopard form is not that much quite appealing. But we cannot underestimate Mishemeji derby. Anything's happen at Mishemeji derby. Yeah.
All right, so Kenya Police has scored another goal, so they lead 2-0, 37 minutes, just a couple of, let's say, 8 minutes to halftime.
Oh, yeah.
And so it shows the real intent that this team is really chasing down the pack and they really want their top spot. So quick prediction, very fast. Kakamega Homeboys versus Talanta. Final score?
I think the final score is 1-0
in favor
of Kakamega Homeboys. 1-0.
Kenya Police versus Muranga Seals. Final score?
Final score. I think it can go beyond 3 goals.
Beyond 3 goals?
Yeah, but Kenya Police is going to win, as you all know that.
Ulinzi Stars versus KCB.
That one I'm not quite sure, but can be a draw.
Can be a draw.
Can end in a draw. I'm not sure about it.
Gor versus Bandari.
I'm giving that much Gor. Gor has much advantage, even though that is usually a tough match. But I'm giving Gor maybe 2-0 or 2-1. Yeah, but Gor is going to win that game. Yeah.
All right, then we have Mara Sugar Bidco. That is for Sunday. Match is scheduled for Sunday.
Mara Sugar Bidco. That now, you see, when you see teams that they are not that much consistent in their performance, it's even hard to predict. But I'm also predicting either a draw or a short of goals in that game. Yeah, either a draw, shortage of goals, maybe a 1-0 score, 2-0, or a draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then FC Leopards versus that is Shabana.
I can't say. I've just recently said that Shabana can win match, but I can now give them a 100% sure, because this time round they are not at their field. They're not at their field. FC are having a home advantage, but again Shabana can do anything. You never know. So I think it might end up maybe in a draw or win for Shabana. I don't believe. Sometimes you can say if FC will win, but it's a disappointing match. But I'm not giving a Shabana 100% sure, because this time round they are not at Gusii Stadium. But what I know is they're also having some fun in Nairobi. Fun biz, they can turn up. But